Should I'm live streaming now. Right. So listen. Testing 1 2 1 2. Right, here we go. Some volumes coming through. That's good. Right, yeah, guys and girls, welcome back. So we are playing Discovering Space. I don't think it's a Discovery Channel sort of style documentary, but it is VR at its best. I think it was like sort of $7.99 or something. I mean, let's just say for what you get for it, it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. So let's see what settings we got here. So if I go back a set, click on that. Let's go back and on that. And guys and girls, to right. So it is the 25th today, guys and girls, of December 2019 at the time of this video. It is Christmas Day. This is my Christmas Day special episode. Probably be doing a couple of specials today for different games of live streams. But so what we got over here, we got free flight. Pilot yourself around the solar system so you could go wherever you want to go. You got the settings. So we have the quality settings, which I've got it on 3, which is high. We've got the anti-aliasing on there as well. That gets rid of all the edges and all that, makes it nice and smooth. So all the corners and the edges of the planets will look even more smoothed out, and they will look like real planets instead of it being like all squares and all that kind of stuff. Then we've got reflections, so like shadows and reflections and all that. Now we've got it on passenger, female number 2. I think we'll put it on. Can we put it on number 1? Yeah, we'll put it on number 1. Passenger 2. So you can have two passengers. We can have 4 passengers if you want. Now we've got the music on there. I've got the music down. We've got the narration on, so you can hear the documentary style people talking. We've got the refractive canopy. Refractive. Screenshots are 0. Got the control on remapping. So you can remap the controls if you like. And rendering scale. Let's have a look. Rendering scale. Oh, actually. Let's have a look. Can we move this? I don't think we can actually remap this actually. It's not allowing me to. 1.5. We'll put it on 2. So the rendering scale is going to be a lot better. It's going to look more realistic, like you're in an environment. So we'll put that on. We'll go to tour, and the first thing you'll see is the actual Earth, the far side of the moon, a journey around the far side of the moon, taken in the sights of the sun rise over Earth and Earth rise over the moon. This is an experience. You can get $7.99. It's pretty good. I recommend it, especially for you guys and girls out there with VR headsets and who've got an Oculus. Definitely give it a try. I'm not too sure if this is on the Steam. I think this is just the Oculus Quest, or no, not Oculus Quest, but wow, I'm using the Oculus Quest using the tether cable, so it is theoretically possible because I'm doing it here. And I've just got a cheap anchor sort of wire to go from the headset to the PC, and I'm playing it off my RTX 2080 for the best experience with the i7-6700. So we're gonna start this off now, and I'm gonna give you my perspective view on the entire planet so far in the universe. So I'm looking at it at the moment. We have a large galaxy there, loads of stars around, all in 360 degrees, so you can move around. I'm just sitting in one place, so I can't really move right round unless I stand up. This is going to load up now, so loading percentage. Says please face forward and wait, so you can wait and all that. But it don't mean you can't look around and see space and all of that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, okay, it's not graphically like sort of the best I've seen in sort of games, but obviously I would at some point want them or some developer to make a fantastic. Alright, it's just loading now. There we go. Now, as you can see,
welcome. We are about to embark on a fascinating journey around the planet.
now we can see the sun over there.
And its
now
moon,
we're actually moving.
Satellite that has enthralled and captivated mankind since the beginning of time.
Kilometers per
Directly
hour.
ahead is the small crescent of the moon. To the left, you can see the.
I mean, it's not sort of graphically intense, so you can pretty much run this off.
Let's dim the cockpit lights
medium
a little to get a
graphics
clearer
cards
view.
On medium settings, maybe medium to high. If you're lucky.
Remember that you have a full 360-degree view around the entire ship, and I invite you to look around to take as much as possible. Let me just wipe
my glasses a second on the headset. It's getting a bit steamy.
Presently, we are 180,000 kilometers.
It's getting a bit dark now for some reason. The winter and all that.
We will make a short powered
Let me just give that a slight
before
wipe
visiting
over
the far
and then
side
we'll
of
have a
the
look
moon.
at what I'm actually looking at. Right.
The Earth is seen as a thin crescent. The dark
side
side is completely covered by the Pacific Ocean.
Now I'm using my headphones, the newish ones I
As the
bought.
crescent becomes more slender, the predominant feature is the backlit layer of atmosphere. As well as providing the air that we breathe, this atmosphere protects us from the cold and harshness of space. Without this atmosphere, the Earth would be a frozen and lifeless world.
That's pretty cool.
As the
Actually, I
sunlight
can
is
turn the
filtered
lights
through
on
the
if I want.
atmospheric rim, the crescent turns the color of sunset.
So I can turn that dashboard on if I want to. Like the dashboard here.
The Earth, we will see the sun slowly fade. If you are quick, you will catch a rare glimpse of the unlit moon, just visible within the glare of the sun.
So we're going, I think that's the Earth just there, that big planet there, that's the Earth.
In the shadow of
so
the
we're
Earth,
going around it before we can get to the moon.
The temperature drops, and we start to feel the chill.
This tells you the distance of what
As
we're travelling at the moment,
dark,
navigation-wise.
The
sat nav,
navigation
Earth,
the fringes.
and you can.
Without the intensity of the sun, this is a perfect time to pause,
look
around
and then you
contemplate just how many billions of stars are all around us.
And turn it off if you want.
Every
And then
point
just
of
turn
light
the
is
lights
a
off
star
here
much
if you
like
want.
our own sun.
It's pretty cool. And then you go forward, look on there. It says
Many
lights
of
are
these
off,
stars are host to a
canopy
solar system
closed,
similar to our own, and some may
icon
contain
off,
Earth-like planets.
dock
Some may contain
unlocked
life.
or undocked. And that's my frames I'm doing at the moment. FPS wise, 72 hertz frames per second. Obviously with the Quest it's only 72 frames per second anyway, so
Back on Earth, you may be able to spot the faint light of Hawaii in the center of the ocean.
look at that. So you're getting close to the big planet. Absolutely huge, guys and girls. It's amazing.
In a few moments we will emerge out of the cold Earth's shadow.
It looks huge. We're getting closer and closer to Earth. Then is with this one, they don't actually go right onto the Earth itself. But you can see all those lights there. That's supposed to be all the whole planet of ours lit up like a Christmas tree. But now we've got a frost on here.
We feel the warmth of the sun again. This will burn off the ice on our canopy.
Yeah, you watch this, guys and girls. The whole ice is just gonna melt off now. Wow, look at that. absolutely huge, guys and girls. I did a live stream yesterday of this game over on my Facebook, because it's a lot easier just getting the Facebook and then just live streaming it for you guys and girls that way.
We can start to make out the blue of the sea, the clouds and some green land mass.
As you can see, it's all blue now. We got all the ocean that we're passing by. I'll turn this way a sec, so we can actually have a look. Wow, look all that green there, guys and girls. Nice.
We pass over Sri Lanka and India.
Oh,
Pakistan,
Sri Lanka, India,
and Iran.
Iran as well. So we're near the Saudi Arabia, Middle Eastern areas. Oh, I can smell it. It smells like a bonfire nearby. Yeah, we've got this smell, guys and girls. It smells like a bloody bonfire. No, I don't know. No, it smells outside the window.
We are now over the Mediterranean Sea, the islands of Greece, the boot of Italy, and the north coast of Africa.
Okay, so it is very crystal clear. It's very sharp, guys and girls, with the quest. Just to let you know, if you've got a quest and you've got a high-end PC, you'll do really well with
Germany,
it.
United Kingdom and Scandinavia to the north.
And also you can actually...
Let's climb altitude and
there's
continue west over the
hand,
Atlantic
if you get your
Ocean.
hand and you pull it towards your eye, you can use it to get closer, by the way. I did forget to mention this. So I thought I'd put everything about this.
And northern extent of South America.
There we can have a look down there. It's pretty cool.
The United States is still in darkness, with the east coast just waking
that's
up.
the United States there, all still in darkness. That's pretty cool.
Note the relatively low population density of Canada to the north.
Canada to the north then. Got Canada on it as well. I mean, they've done a whole scale of it. This is before we actually get
high over the North Pole, we can see the polar ice cap. This is formed from frozen sea ice and grows and retreats through the seasons.
This is going to be interesting. Look at that North Pole and all that kind of stuff.
Let's leave Earth behind for a while and turn our attention to our moon, currently hidden in the glare of the sun.
Or Antarctica. And all these other frozen wastelands.
As the moon passes directly between us and the sun, the intense brightness will be dulled for a moment, allowing us to see the unlit disk of the moon again.
Brightness. The moon, eh? We're going to the moon. We're going to be flying towards the moon, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I hope you guys and girls are having a good Christmas, by the way. A happy Christmas to everybody.
There it is, just visible again, and we can see it moving slowly against the backdrop of stars.
There we go. Little tiny little planet there. The moon. Feels like quite a bit distant.
Such that as it orbits, it always keeps the same familiar face towards us.
Ah, look at that. It's like I've actually got a telescope, and basically you put it towards you and you can actually zoom in.
More or less of this side lit, and this is what causes the moon
you can
to
see
go
all
from
the
a thin
craters on
crescent
the
to a
moon
full
there.
moon in the night sky. Note that at this point in the moon's orbit, the side facing the Earth is barely illuminated, and would appear only as a very thin crescent in the early morning or evening sky.
So all these other stars they should do this game as well. They should develop it even more, so you've got other planets you can go to in future updates.
The far side of the moon,
or make it so it's 4K, so it's even more luscious,
of the dark
with better textures. Because it's still a great experience. $7.99, but they should add better textures on it. Same when we're heading into 2020. I don't know if the developers are still working on this or not. So we are actually going towards the moon, and we'll be landing on the surface of the moon in a minute.
Oriental. We will fly in to get a closer look.
I mean, you get quite a long tour.
Kilometers in diameter. It was originally formed from a very large
says
impact crater, which was later flooded with volcanic lava during the formation of the
kilometers
moon.
per hour.
This is how all the lunar maria have been formed. Their distinctive dark color is due to the basalt, or cooled lava, being much less reflective than the surrounding terrain.
There we go.
We are now 200 kilometers above the moon's surface, and we can play back a recording of the Apollo astronauts as they first orbited the moon.
Oh, Apollo astronauts.
As we get closer, we can make out more clearly the mountainous terrain and the many impact
The mountainous terrain.
Just imagine what the Apollo astronauts would have felt when they became the first humans to ever set eyes upon this view. We will now transition down to 10 kilometers to get a much closer look.
Oh, 10 kilometers there. Oh, that's how high technically on there, how high we actually are.
You can see the mountains break up the circular profile of the moon. Through a telescope from Earth, this mountainous profile can just be seen.
What was the time we got on it? First time?
Oh, it's amazing this.
These mountains can be up to 4 kilometers high.
Textures need a little bit of an update on it though to make them really good, like 21st century style textures.
Even at this altitude,
especially for VR people, but it's still good.
With the sun in the sky, because the moon has no atmosphere, the bright band of the Milky Way can be seen stretching out across the horizon.
I like the front. Is something like on the front, just here, like spinning around slowly.
It doesn't matter. We got 2 hours on that day. They don't care if you run out. I'm just going to sit right low.
Let's head back up to a higher altitude to see more.
Oh, we're going higher up now. Gonna go on to the dark side of the moon.
Until the very late 50s, man's view of the moon was limited to just the side facing the Earth.
Black and white or color?
The far side of the moon was first photographed by
Far
the
side
Soviet
of the
probe
moon.
Luna 3 in 1959, and at this point the Soviet Union was ahead in the space race. It has since been visited by many craft throughout the 60s, culminating in the
I mean, they've done a great job
which saw
of what
man
they've
land
done
on the
because this
in
moon feels
1969.
absolutely
But amongst rising
gigantic.
costs and diminishing public and political interest, the Apollo program ended in 1972.
It's an actual
Man has
full
not
scale.
returned. As the sun rises
What I'm going to be
higher
doing is
overhead,
doing this
the terrain
first
becomes
part,
much
guys
less
and
dramatic.
girls, of the moon
This isn't
and the
because
planets, and then I'll
mountains
do
and
another live
craters are
stream
smaller,
later.
but simply because the lighting does not emphasize the slopes as much.
because there's so much this game.
This is
It's
the
like
same when viewing the moon
to do
from
the
Earth
entire
through a
lot would be a
telescope.
long live stream.
The best time to see the mountains and craters is when the moon is half lit. At full moon, very few detailed features are visible.
When it's
However,
half moon,
even
eh?
with the most powerful telescopes, the moon cannot be seen in its true detail due to the distortion of the Earth's atmosphere.
Distortion.
It is only with the advent of lunar orbiters in the last decades that the moon's surface has been fully mapped.
And also, I think
The
it was
terrain is
NASA
much
said
more
that
visible
the
now. From here,
moon
you get a real
sounded
sense of the
hollow
vibe battering the moon
because
suffered.
I think it was a rock or something. It hit the actual moon, and as it hit the moon,
As we dip towards the night side of the moon, we will line ourselves up
as
to
it
see
hit the
Earth
moon
again.
and stuff, it started shimmering on the top of it, and they reckon it sounded like a bell going off. It like vibrated. There was some vibrations coming from the moon. So whatever that could be, if it is hollow, then does that mean the moon is a real, or does that
Let
mean it's
stimulants
actually
roll
some
into
sort
a
of
suitable
spaceship,
position to
the
take
entire
in the
spaceship
view.
of it, or is this whole moon just been placed there for some odd reasons? It's strange to think it though. Right now we're going on the dark side. It's gonna get pitch black now. Actually, if you look
Directly
over
ahead,
here,
all known life lives on this tiny blue ball.
Where the air's coming up? Oh, the air's coming up.
it's getting darker there.
Man's first time seeing this view was from Apollo 8 on Christmas Eve 1968.
And we're going from the dark side, getting darker and darker. Pretty much pitch black now. You can see my little light there. Now we're moving away from the planet itself. We're going back to Earth. Oh god, we're going away fast now.
So now let's head back home. We can visit the moon in more detail another time.
I'll tell you what though, if the moon is slightly not
With the sun
real
directly
or
behind
is
us, the Earth
real,
is
we
fully
don't know
illuminated.
for sure. If it's just been placed there, then we don't know.
The blue rim of atmosphere that surrounds our planet protects all life from the cold and harshness of space.
Smells like a bonfire outside of some sort.
The white clouds over the land and sea are part of the weather cycle that brings the rain.
What's that distance?
essential for the sustenance of
188
life.
point.
Directly facing
kilometers.
us, we can see
I have
the
no idea
continent
what
of
the
Africa.
TH stands for at the top there, or ETAX,
From this
whatever that is.
viewpoint, we can clearly
Oh,
see the
estimated
contrast
time, I
between the
think.
different ecoregions.
That's pretty cool.
The hot sandy deserts of the Sahara, close to the equator, against the lush green regions of Europe to the north, and the tropics of mid and southern Africa.
Pretty amazing.
The bright
I
blue
definitely
Lake
recommend it,
Victoria,
guys and
the
girls,
second
but
largest freshwater lake
I
in
don't
the
know,
world
textures
after
need to
Lake
be a
Superior.
little bit more up a little bit to standards.
Between
especially
the
for
two
VR.
desert regions of Africa and Asia is the Red Sea.
But what they've done is a fantastic job, and it's nice and smooth as well.
Heading into the
Absolutely
night,
smooth.
we see the light fade, the land and cloud darken, and the horizon glowing orange.
No, it's the whole planet's getting darker on that side now. As you can see, as it's getting darker, the lights are starting to fade, and then all you can see is the lights there and all of that.
Although it is dark below, up here we are still brightly illuminated by the sun. Therefore, although our ship is small, we may be able to be seen from the ground, as a small speck of light moving against the dark sky.
You can see a little
If you
speck
turn
of
right
light.
round to the left, you will be able to see the sun setting over the Earth one last time. With the warmth of the sun leaving us, we come to the end of this tour.
Yeah, the sun is setting over the back there.
I do hope you enjoyed your journey.
That's pretty
and
cool.
We'll come back to see some more another time.
There we go. Goodbye, Earth. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. There we go. Anyway, guys and girls, just going to finish this tour off here. So that was the tour for Earth and the far side of the moon. The next tour will be on the next one. Will be Jupiter, the Galilean moons, a short tour of Jupiter and the 4 Galilean moons, Io, Ganymede, Io, and Callistio. And then we have pass by Phobos, Deimos on your way to visit the surface of Mars, fly around Gale Crater, high over the polar caps and down through the vast canyon system of the Valles Marineris. And then we have Saturn and Titan. Ooh, dips into the Titan's thick atmosphere on the way to a close-up encounter with Saturn and its icy rings. And then we are finding Apollo. A close-up journey around the moon, mountains, craters, lunar landing and site. And then to finish it all off, we have the encounter with a comet. Extreme close-up of the Comet 67 with a surprise in store thanks to Matthias Malmer for the kind use of the comet data. And then we have inner planets, Venus, Mercury, and the intense sun. Oh, wow. So we've got a hell of a lot to get through on here, guys and girls. I'll probably do some more, probably on the next live stream in probably half hour. Because I want to get through all these like episodes. But we've done Earth and the far side of the moon already for you guys and girls. Cheers for watching this episode of the series. If you enjoy this episode, leave a like, favourite, share, comment, subscribe. This is me just reviewing this one, so I'll be reviewing the other planets as well. So it's going to be a full review, but in parts. So cheers for watching. Have a lovely, lovely Christmas day. Hope you guys and girls are getting what you want for Christmas. And yeah, see you soon on the next episode.